is Jazzy 88 WFSK.
This is Legal State of Sharon Kay. We have to keep paying and ready for non-stop information for the country and community on what's the 411 with the award-winning Sharon Kay.
He is way too good. Hello, Nashville, all of our wonderful people. You know you, yes you, and you and the other ones. We are on a beautiful Sunday morning. Did you see the clouds?
The ones that I did see were quickly evaporating or rising into the atmosphere.
There's none. And it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And I hope that you all have an opportunity to go out. Yesterday was really nice.
It was.
And my great grandson, they came to see me. He came to see me this morning. And
Oh. Okay.
Granny went out and took him on a spree. And he's like, "Minnie, I love coming to your house." I said, "I'm sure you do." He turned 12. And he was happy. He couldn't stop hugging me.
It's a crucial year. Yeah. And the team is next year. That's a big leap mentally, I guess. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. You know, things.
For me, I just thought that if I could just make it to 13, then I was going to be alive. Like, wow, I'm a teen now. Like, yeah. I thought that was, I thought I was like making it. Like, I'm, yeah. Yeah.
You, well, that time your parents pretty much knew your number, right? They knew how you were going to act.
Probably.
Oh, believe me,
I guess, yeah.
it's about to be good one. And how hard your head is. And I'm not talking to anybody out there, but y'all know the young guys, the young cats, they buy into, good and I'm like, yeah. I'm about to put you out of here. My son got on cocky and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I had to show him what I'm working. He was clear from that point, just to carry me. But it always had to be. It's just for the please.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And they,
Like, share, and subscribe.
Those parents, I don't understand all this.
Where y'all viewing from?
Things I watch.
Where y'all viewing at?
Parents are just,
Top of the morning to you, top of the morning.
I'm like, whatever. Give you 4 or 5 months of being by yourself, picking your own plans and doing what you want to do, and you can't be by yourself. I don't know what to say about you. I'm going to miss him so much, but you also going to have some time to do some things you always want.
True.
And that's what how I see it. I was sad for about 2 seconds. I was like, hey, I had to think about it. I'm going to miss him, but, again, don't understand those parents that are just weeping and crying for the kids. I mean, I ain't talking about kindergarten.
Yeah. Grown. Yes.
Too grown to be worried about that. Experience life. When the students come every year for when they first get here, freshman year, they're all fresh and straight from homes, and they're just independent for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
They get grateful at that point for the whatever family life they had with us.
Hey, VJ. Where you viewing from? Top of the morning to you.
And, honestly,
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What's up, Jay Wood? Where you viewing from?
Yeah, it's a good lesson for a lot of them to learn. And by the time, we watched a few generations here come in and look through the
Process.
out the door in grad school, they change so dramatically. They really do.
North Carolina, put your hands up. I got family in DC.
So, that's kind of difficult. Now let me ask you this question.
India, what's up?
Are you doing YouTube while you are on the air with me?
Yeah.
They can.
Yes, they can. As a matter of fact, someone told me to tell you good morning from India and North Carolina. Yeah. Why'd you guess YouTube?
I see you looking at your phone.
Oh, yeah. Every now and then I'll aim it over there, but they can't see you, but they can hear you. Yeah. Well, you don't want to be. Remember, you don't want to. Well, no, you don't blame it on that. You blame it on your attire, I guess, and makeup.
Production.
Just this hour though. I'm just testing it to see who's up. Oh yeah. Yeah. All over.
Yeah, I know. Called me Friday and wish we had the birthday. Why don't you do this online? Why don't you do that online? Why? Telling me like I'm a child. I don't know about it. Did you know about the internet and all the things we do? I'm just about to hang up this phone right now. Well, you ain't never gone there. I'm just not one of those people. Some stuff to me is just none of y'all's business. I'm just
83 today.
I don't want it to expose my.
Yeah.
It'd be too easy for somebody to step into it and mess it up.
Yep.
This happened to me before with the point man. Still,
Yeah.
just like I just unless that's happened to you,
Yeah.
feel it. But I'm just weird like that. I mean, some stuff. I'm old school, yes. I know how to operate the things, yes. But I just feel like some stuff is just not y'all's business. And and for me, I don't read it very often, hardly at all. Which a lot of people, get kind of worked up about. But I'm like, what do we do before Facebook? Didn't I talk to you on the phone sometime? Oh, okay. I'm just strange, and I'm not the only person that feels like that. There's a lot of other people in this world, and I know it. I know some of y'all hear me now. Y'all hear me. Everybody don't want to expose every single facet of their life.
This is true.
It's like that's too much.
Like, share, and subscribe.
It's easy for somebody to take over, your everything. I just, some stuff needs, between me and the house. I just, and my sisters and them, they're on every minute of the day must be, updated.
Yeah. I'm not. I've taken sort of a break from that. Yeah. I mostly only post events and things that are taking place. And that's about it.
She's in the Deltas.
Yeah. It was too much for me to keep up with, so I had to pull like 90% back. Just events, activities, and that's it. I don't even do birthdays, nothing.
Because that's what this person, I saw it on Facebook. I said, you just see it from me? And who posted that?
It's too much to keep up with. It's just, and it never stops. So, yeah, yep.
Mission to do that. That's like y'all ain't your business. Most people know the year you're born, the day. Now, it's easy to steal from you. It's easy to assume a lot of things, where you got these things figured out because, when you go through technology, they ask you passwords, and you get passwords in different hands.
True.
about who you are, you know, the year, what you like, you know. But I'm not trying to get like none of that, you know. I'm just trying to keep that. Now my stuff works and I can still, you know, that's what counts, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all hear me, and that's what's up. So, you know, you see, there's a lot of pictures. Everybody always uses them jacked up and stuff. Where?
You always find that photo from 10 years ago, right? And where'd you find this one? Yeah, you never find the one that makes you look good. Just the one that, yeah.
Whenever he uses that. Oh, you look good. I'm like, well, you know, just on the old studio.
Yeah, just slap it on there.
You know, with my son, not my face. But it's just that everybody goes and gets the same one. So, don't, you know, get something cool, you know. I'll get something good. You know, I'm just saying. Anyway, we have been in the fall fun drive.
Like, share, and subscribe.
For, the month of October. And this month has gotten off to a pretty good start. One of my concerns I was going to be having this month, was as I have seen things develop in terms of the changes that came to budgets and things that were cut and etc. And people feeling a certain kind of way about the economy and
That pinch, yeah.
what folks are going through, you know.
The government shut down and, yeah, layoffs and, yeah.
Price of groceries to the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. And it impacts us out here in nonprofit, though. It impacts all of us. And when I see the big ones that get the millions and the hundreds of thousands, and I raising money, I'm like, oh, Lord, this is very serious, very, very serious. So, you know, we're off to like a fair start, but, you know, I know this time last year we were doing better than we are at this time right now. So I'm going to ask the Lord to continue to bless and keep. And for you out there that have or have not donated yet, I'm looking forward to hearing from many of you. And we have options. There were several people this year who chose the option of the sustainer level, where you give us so much money comes out of your account, $5 to $15, $20. I don't care. But they do it that way,
Thank you.
just so they can be supporting the station.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a shout out this morning
Okay.
to one of the pastors that became a sister.
All right.
And I was telling him last weekend when he was here in Kirkwood that I'm just at this I have people not there. One of them represents. I mean, they go to church, but there's no churches, no pastors. Well, it never is when we do this drive. So by the time we were done last Sunday, as we closed up, he became sustained. He said, "No, that's not going to be the from the family of the body of Christ until you gave me. I'm about to change." So Reverend Kirkwood and the
Implosion Church, Reverend Mike Kirkwood. Yes.
to a monthly gift from him and the church. First time we had a church. So my dear friends in the faith, community of faith, pastors, trustees, treasurers, Sunday school, somebody, that if your church wants to support the station as we have faithfully supported the community for 52 years, please don't hesitate to get with us. You can set aside a little $25 a month offering to the station. You know, that will help. That greases the skids up here so we can keep this thing going. It's not the station. I have to repeat this. Many people don't know, but I repeat it all the time, that the station has to sustain its own self. The university owns it and operates it and hires staff, which is myself, and eggs to operate. But beyond that, anything we need to pay, anything to keep the station going, music license, engineer, equipment, everything, studio, mics, the whole shebang. The we have to pay for that. Either we pay for it or it's nothing here, and that's for real. So knowing that's the case, over the years, this is my 19th radio done. I want people to come up when they do, they can make it upstairs and to see where their money went, so they can know exactly what's going on, and they can look at it and see it, and they can be on it.
Be proud. Be proud.
And I can tell you exactly how much each and everything in here costs. So I'm just, I don't know what else y'all need as proof. I don't think you need anything else, but you just have to want to do it. So I want the want to do it people. I need to get with y'all and ask you to just please make a small sacrifice to support the station after you. I got some. I've been giving $5 and $10 a month for so long, I forgot all about it. I mean, seriously. I need to go back in my bank account and look and see, because I mean, literally. And, you just don't, miss that 10, don't you? But it does make a difference in monthly as the standard dollars come in monthly. It just makes all the difference in the world. For example, when one of the things that when we first got here, people said, I couldn't hear today. A lot of stuff I can't fix because it's FCC related. University didn't have nothing to do with this. Like the equipment you couldn't hear. So, buying all equipment that was necessary, and we bought it was all at a certain level of quality. And y'all know quality costs money. It's got to keep with it. It's expensive. But that has helped me do a lot of things. When I first got here, the station didn't have a lot of stuff. Didn't have any. But we didn't have a facility in which to, or a studio here in which to do production. And production is like recording of spots, interviews, different things of that nature.
That's right. Sure didn't. Wow, that's right. You're right.
Question of the person who was working on the campus at the time in that capacity. Where do y'all do production? And he was like,
What's that? What's production?
He said to me they have been they have been going over to NPR or Vanderbilt. And I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Wow. That's unheard of. I'm like, what?
Was like, what, 100-something years ago? No, that's not how we're going to roll. So that was actually one of the very first things. If you remember, the room was too.
And the Reduga was on the floor in the back. I remember that.
Was that really being used anymore? But at the time, we didn't have the capabilities. So we had, gotten an older board in there and stuff. And, to be able to do that, I mean, that is like, we have all these famous people coming up here to this university, and, we have to be embarrassed that we can't record you, got to take you over to their station. I mean, that's insane. So I was not dealing with that. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. This is how we going to do it. So I would tell y'all right now, those challenges here have been great. But it does allow us the opportunity to operate as close to real as we possibly can. Without being on the corporate side, because we are not. We're licensed educational nonprofit, so we stay in that realm. But it doesn't mean raggedy. Come on, church. It's not what it means, okay? So when you all come and I have you do things, and we have interviews and chit-chats and all kind of stuff, we have a certain set of equipment that have you purchased to make that happen. Because Sharon Kay wasn't getting in no car driving all the way over to another radio station. I'm like, that's crazy. They would look at me like, poor Fisk. Y'all like, no. That was not going to be on my watch. I can tell you that. So because you all have been given over the years, we got a chance to make, separate studio for that purpose. And also it helps us with the things that maybe sometimes our students, they want to learn how to do a few things, concerning art.
And they have.
That's kind of where we do the training for them at. Excuse me, so they won't touch the stuff that my own family, don't you touch that. Get away from there.
What does this do?
Whole thing. So, I just want you all to know that that's the kind of things that you have done at the station. It's like you have been given an elbow, and your arm is not moving on no elbow. It's not going to be functioning. So those are the things that have made the station the station. So when I fling the doors open, tell y'all this is y'all's house because it is, and without your continued support, that we can't function. So I'm gonna thank some people when we come back and pass along the information on how you too can support the station. And I would like some of these people online that want to hear when y'all gonna start giving. Okay, because they do not give. They do not. Can they hear me on this thing now?
They can hear you.
Y'all need to give. Okay? Y'all need to give.
Y'all need to give.
And you can go to the university website, station website, and donate. Because no sense in having the world listening to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Up with that, no.
WFSKFM.org.
That is it. And click on where it says give or contribute or whatever. So having a universe listening and they don't help, because we have to pay for a streaming service. Let's take a time out and we'll be right back.
What's that 411 with Sharon Kay?
Want to give your opinion today? The phone lines are open. Give us a call at 329-8810, 329-8810.
What's the 411 with Sharon Kay is brought to you by Terry W. Jones, independent agent, State Farm Insurance. Life insurance is one of those subjects that makes people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Terry W. Jones focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house, insurance, or life without having to give up college, insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Terry W. Jones in Nashville at 615-256-6066 or online at terrywjones.net and put the life back in life insurance.
For the next Jazz Night in America, Dr. Billy Taylor was more than a distinguished pianist, composer, and media pioneer. He wasn't just an advocate for jazz, justice, and civil rights. He was a mentor, educator, and ambassador of jazz. Coming up, a centennial celebration of the life and music of Dr. Taylor. I'm Christian McBride. Catch Jazz Night in America every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. and Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. here at listener-supported Jazzy 88.
Support comes from Fast Signs, 604 Gallatin Avenue, Suite 104, not far from downtown. Fast Signs, highly skilled team of marketing and graphics experts has the experience, vision, and insight needed to create, manage, and implement your solution from content development, project management, surveying, and permitting to installation and shipping and storage. Fast Signs, more than fast, more than signs. For more information, call 615-647-8500 or online at fastsigns.com/2098.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. My why is diversity in unity, a safe space in my community, living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why. Learn more at ymca.org for a better us.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
With a My Social Security account, you can request a replacement Social Security card, estimate your benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount.
This has been a reminder from community-minded Jazzy 88 WFSK.
Keep up with guests and topics on What's the 411 with Sharon Kay. Friend us on Facebook and Twitter. Search under Sharon Kay's 411.
It's What's the 411? Here again, Sharon Kay.
Alrighty, Nashville. Sharon Kay is in the house, and that's SharonKay. No E, is just me. And I'm so happy to be talking to you all today from the beautiful studios of Fisk University. Jazzy 88 WFSK.
Like, share, and subscribe.
And I have that lovely view of downtown Nashville.
Oh yeah, the sun is beaming.
Oh, it's beautiful. A lot of people want that view, but it's clear. We're not for sale. Yeah. So don't be cold, Fisk. Fisk is not for sale. Don't even be thinking about that. You know, people have done that over the years.
Oh yeah.
Look at this property. From 1866. They said, no, you are not. Drive on. Strange. People want everything. Now, this morning at 8 o'clock, I'm going to talk with Christian life coach, author, and speaker, Darla Nelson. Her new book is entitled Stop Faking Fine. That's F-I-N-E. I'm fine. No, you're not. So she's discussing that topic and trying to get people to the fact that, you know, it's time to quit being fake and phony. Ooh. So, and how are you doing, Slash? You know, I'm doing okay. I'm fine. No, you're not. No, you're not, because some of y'all have done it.
I asked somebody that a while back. I ran into him in Kroger, and I think that's probably why I don't tell a lot of people I'm in ministry sometimes. You know, I was trying to run in and run out, but the person recognized me from ministry, and I just said, "So how you doing?" And they decided that this is not a bad thing, y'all. Don't stone me. But he took his time. He said, "Well, Reverend," and then when I heard the "Well, Reverend," I said, "Oh, okay." And yes. And yeah, we were there for a minute. So, yeah.
But did he even say fine?
I thought that's what he was going to say, and he was going to keep it moving. But no, he decided to take that opportunity to let me know. And it just, yeah, give it that just, yeah. So I found out everything that was going on and then some, so yeah.
And, you know, how folks feel. But, you know, when they stop me, it's not about that. It's just Sharon Kay. We're doing such and such. We having a choir day, this day, pastor appreciation. That's what stuff I get. Okay, they don't want sermon from me. I get people's requests for their church announcements and things of that nature. Now, folks are straight up regular supporters of the community of faith here. So I'm grateful for that, and I hope that you all continue to be supporters of the station. Pastors Roundtable for October is coming up next week. Is it? Okay. So over the years, shows been on the air, hundreds and hundreds of pastors and churches have been highlighted on this broadcast. So we're grateful for the opportunity to do that, and for you all to hear from your pastor and some thoughts he may have in his head about various and sundry issues. And, you know, of course, I give them an opportunity to mention anything that's going on and invite people to come to their congregation. Do you already, we already sent out the notice of who's going to be?
For the Pastors Roundtable? I can look at it right here. I've got the schedule pulled up.
No, I was just saying, because it is sad, okay, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
I was just looking at it. So, yeah, that's Pastor Joe Randall, Mount View Missionary Baptist Church in Smyrna. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha.
certain things I leave out for a purpose. I don't want to broadcast something and then they don't show up. Because
Then they got the PR.
things have happened. No, I mean, people, they don't come and, don't you have another something? Yes, we do, okay? Anyway, so that is something that is coming up next week, which is every third Sunday and every month, 12 months a year.
Like, share, and subscribe.
And we don't have it. Do we have December?
Not yet. No. The last one will be next month, right before Thanksgiving. Yep. Yes.
So 11 months a year. You multiply that times some years. And, next year, what's this, 26? Next year, the show is going to be 25.
Wow.
You're getting up here and Sharon Kay for 25 years on Sunday? Yes. Yes. Amen. So, as people in church say, the things that you do for God will last. And, this hedge bush around this program has been confirmation for me that, things that the Lord helps or puts together are the ones that will sustain. And believe it or not, for 25 years, this show has had a sponsor. That is unheard of. Unheard of. So, has been number one before, has been best talk show host before, has been a lot of things. So, to still be live on the radio in Nashville and not, whatever, a rehash or something else, is an amazing thing. Especially when you check around the dial and see,
It's an impossible thing.
I used to, on Sunday mornings when I was getting ready to go to church, I used to be able to turn my radio such a way that we could deal with it. And it was, she used to be on there doing, calling names. And Lucille Barbie, she was on the Sunday morning giving the church. I want to know who these people are, what's going on. So Miss Barbie was on the radio way back in the 80s, sometime before that, I don't know. But that's why I would listen on Sundays, because there was nothing else really around, that talked live to you to tell you different things. And she would get on there and know all the preachers. And she would know, I was so amazed. I said, that lady got it going on. She know everybody. But it was a good opportunity to look into the community at large and the people in it, and to hear about the different churches, pastors, programs, and things of that nature. And though that was way back in the winds, that was a long time ago. And many of you that are native to Nashville, you know who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about, and how long ago that was. But I had to have, like people say about this station, on the edges of Davis County, they had to turn their radio show away or whatever.
Yeah.
Understand? I had to do the same thing for DLL because they have a different frequency, low on AM dial frequency. And but it's just been a Sunday thing, Nashville has been.
Yeah.
And particularly for the black community to have is indeed quite rare. Okay, if you flip around your dial to what else is black in Nashville, okay. They probably can't tell you it's beautiful outside and blue sky and match the date. I don't think so. So we are feeling blessed.
Yeah. These shows lasted longer than most radio formats. Most radio formats. Most people don't know that. Yeah. Yeah, some people done flip formats from this to that to that to that. And yeah.
It's God's work, and I don't mess with that. So, I'm just obedient, That was my first lesson on how to be obedient and see things happen. Because it was a miracle for the show to come on the air in Nashville.
On that FM.
But even period. They ended up to pay. No, you got to pay for that time. So I'm just, the show pays for itself. University station makes the money. And I sold the seeds right on back into the station. And, I ain't saying, I want to cut and give me my percentage. I am not saying any of that. I'm grateful for it to still be live kicking, y'all. You don't understand. This radio business is tough as nails, Jack. Woo! I know everybody makes it look all cute and pretty and all that. But this stuff is tough out here. Because you better be sharp as a razor every minute. Every minute. And I do me, because somebody could easily, knock you off, Yeah. They'll take your place. They might have a syndicated program.
We've seen that over the years happen. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm grateful. And we'll talk much more about that in the future. I did want to say a couple more things here before I got my few little headlines I have. And we have a thank you this morning for in-kind sponsors for this year. New World in Jazz, TSL and Baja Records, Kingdom Cafe, Telos Alliance, Trippin' in Rhythm Records. Many of you know about a lot of music that was spanking brand new here when you came by and make your donation. Goral Music Management, Cracker Barrel, Sharon Kay Records,
Yes.
and Fast
Yes,
Signs,
DJ.
and of course, Miss Sophia and the Silver Sands family. So we thank and love them so very much. And without them, the radio program would not have been able to be pulled off. So there's always people that make it happen. And I also, let me just tell you some of the donors that we have. And I'm going to start in the back. And it's platinum people. I'm working on it. Our platinum level donors are people who paid $1,001 and on up to whatever. Dr. Warren Collins, Agina and Charles Clark Jr., First Art Museum, Scrimmahorn Symphony Center, Terry W. Jones, State Farm, Thomas G. Walter III, and Reverend, is it Michael Kirkwood?
Mike. It might be Michael, but it's called Mike. It might be. Yeah.
Now, too, so oh Lord, grateful. And our presidential level donors are people who gave from $500 and up to $1,000. And it could be spread out over time. It doesn't, just to get your name in the number. Friends over at Woodcuts, who every year see their way over to bring out donations. Robert Price, Mr. Gil Johnson, Lindsay Cortez, and Chickwood. So that's those people. Now, I'm going to do the jazz lover level people, then we're going to take a time out. Those are people who gave between $125 and $200. Reverend Dr. Harold Love. And I need to ask him, is this for him personally and his wife, or is he giving on behalf of the church? Because if he is, I want to move him up to another level if he's giving on behalf of the church. Okay, we need to move him up to the level I just read, which is platinum if it's for the church, from the church. And good morning to, what's his church?
Which one?
Lee Chapel.
Lee Chapel AME, yes.
Oh, yeah.
The beautiful congregants. I think they get ready for an 8 o'clock service right about now. Yeah.
What do you mean, like it?
Or in their cars right now on their way. A lot of people are.
Well, you know, I'm hoping that you're enjoying the day. And our friend over to News Channel 5, Roy Johnston, who was determined to beat Maurice Payton. Oh. He was determined. Oh no, where's his name? Oh no, we can't. So, and our dear beloved Lena Staley are on there, and who's faithful Lord, we're really about every year. And Miss Moshery Holmes Jones. This is one of our businesses in the nearby neighborhood. So we thank those people right now. We've got a few more to mention to you that have also given to support the station. And if you never hear your name or us calling out, there's a reason for that. Because you haven't given. So right now, let this be the year that you do something to make the difference in the life of this place. I mean, just so you can see, I'll show you how much stuff costs. That right there? Oh, that piece right there. Oh, okay. That was $200 and something for this one now. And then those are like $500 or $600 those. And see, I can do that for people. There's a little bolt in that studio in there, a connector. That was $100. For that little.
Wow.
In order for that mic to do the things to do it. I'm like, I had to buy that too. It didn't come with.
Nickel and diamond.
I had this pole.
Yeah.
Buy those separate.
Yeah.
It doesn't come with it. And these arms.
Yeah.
None of this stuff came pre-fabbed. It was all pieces. And our beloved engineer, he took the time and put the pieces together and made it make sense. And, and now we can do what it does. Let's take a time out and we'll be right back.
What's that 411 with Sharon Kay?
Want to give your opinion today? The phone lines are open. Give us a call at 329-8810. 329-8810.
What's the 411 with Sharon Kay is brought to you by Terry W. Jones, independent agent, State Farm Insurance. Life insurance is one of those subjects that makes people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Terry W. Jones focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house, insurance, or life without having to give up college, insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Terry W. Jones in Nashville at 615-256-6066 or online at terrywjones.net and put the life back in life insurance.
This baby blues week on Blues Time in the City. They behind me heard was saying, who is he talking about? That's Fat Daddy, and he's talking this week. I said, baby. Dorothy Moore's birthday is this week, and she's performing one of her past performances live. And yes, we'll play some Marvin, some BB, some Nelly, and the best in Southern Soul and old school blues. Join me on Roisin Baylor for Blues Time in the City this week, right here. Catch Blues Time in the City Sundays from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Jazzy 88.
It's been 52 years since WFSK first came on the air in Nashville with jazz music. To keep the music playing by making a tax-deductible donation during our annual Fall Fund Drive all month long. Please visit our website at WFSKFM.org or fisc.edu to make your tax-deductible donation. Thank you so much in advance. Keep up with guests and topics on What's the 411 with Sharon Kay. Friend us on Facebook and Twitter. Search under Sharon Kay's 411.
It's What's the 411? Here again, Sharon Kay.
All right, in Nashville. Sharon Kay is in the house. Mighty glad to be on Jazzy 88 WFSK Historic Fisk University.
Have a guest coming up, but I can't find the book.
Darla Nelson, Christian life coach, author, speaker, will be my guest today, and her book is entitled Stop Faking Fine, F-I-N-E. And so we're gonna get down to some real stuff with her today. And I'm fine. No, you're not. You fine. You always fine. You ain't never, And that is, her book is designed to help you move from stress and anxiety to peace and calm. And there's nothing better than that. And I want to say a thank you this morning to Tom H. Hayden in California, who gives, he doesn't live there. He lives in California, and he listens online, loves us.
Hey, good morning. This message is for Mr. Nelson. This is Extra Lawson calling from Western Florida. We're just calling to remind you about our interview in 15 minutes. If you get this message before we're able to connect, call us in the studios at 615-329-8470. 615-329-8470. And if you could also email us a PDF of the book, I'm trying to find it this early morning. So if you can send us a PDF of the book as well, that'd be great. Thank you so very much.
That's where
I'm still looking for it. Yep.
Preparations, this is another kind of preparations were underway today to ramp up aid entering the war-battered Gaza Strip under a new ceasefire deal that many are hoping will signal an end to the devastating 2-year-long war. The Israeli Defense Body in charge of humanitarian aid in Gaza, Kogat, said the amount of aid
where you viewing
in
from?
the Palestinian territory.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
To increase today to around 600 trucks a day, and it's about time that
yes.
Stipulated in the agreement. Egypt said it is sending 400 aid trucks into Gaza today. The trucks will have to be inspected by Israeli forces before being allowed in. Associated Press footage showed dozens of trucks crossing the Egyptian side of the Rafah crossing. The Egyptian Red Crescent said they carried medical supplies, tents, blankets, food, and fuel. The trucks will head to the inspection area in the Kerman Shalom crossing for screening by Israeli troops. Expanding Israeli offenses and restrictions on humanitarian aid have triggered a hunger crisis, including famine in parts of the
Wow.
The United Nations said it has about 170,000 metric tons of food, medicine, and other humanitarian aid ready to enter once Israel gives the green light. Let it be green today, y'all. Those people need it. Ibir Eva, spokeswoman for the World Food Program, said workers were clearing and repairing roads inside Gaza today to facilitate the delivery. The fate of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, an Israeli and U.S.-backed contractor that replaced the UN aid operation in May, said the primary food supplier in Gaza remains unclear. Food distribution sites operated by the group in the southernmost city of Rafah and central Gaza were dismantled following the ceasefire deal, several Palestinians said today. GHF has been touted by Israel and the United States as an alternative system to prevent Hamas from taking over aid. However, its operations were mired in chaos and hundreds of Palestinians were killed by Israeli gunfire while heading to its four sites. The Israeli military has said its troops fire warning shots to control crowd. You know, one thing about a gun, you shoot up and it's going to come down, the bullet's going to come down. It's not going to stay in the air. You know, it's going to come down, it's not going to get hurt. A GFA representative said in a statement that there might be tactical changes in GHF operations and temporary closures of some distribution sites and during the transfer of the hostages to Israel, but there is no change on their long-term plan. Preparations were also underway today for the release of Israeli hostages held in Gaza and Palestinian prisoners held in Israel. A message sent yesterday from Gail Hirsch, Israel's coordinator for the hostages and the missing, and obtained by the Associated Press, told hostage families to prepare for the release of their loved ones starting tomorrow morning. One of the families of the hostages confirmed the note's authenticity. Hirsch said preparations in hospitals and in the Ra'am camp were complete to receive the live hostages, and thank God. While the dead will be transferred to the Institute for Forensic Medicine for identification. An internal task force will start working to locate deceased hostages who are not turned over within the 72-hour period. Officials have set the search for the bodies of the dead, some of whom have been buried under rubble. Could take some time, but we just hope that, it sounds good, and for people it feels good. Let it be good. Let it last, and to get some relief for those people. The folks in the Palestinians and Gaza have gone so very much. Lord have mercy. And the families that have been lost in Israel, and that part of the world has never been calm anyway. Excuse me, back to the time in history. But let this be it. And just, pray that it does, and it's not a fake thing, and they just say it halfway through it, and then y'all lose his mind again. But we just trust and believe that, this is the time, and these things come to an end, and those people, their lives are going to come out as good as it should. And maybe this time next year, Trump will have his Nobel Peace Prize, so he can quit being so thirsty. Thirsty. So next year, they've already named this year's winner, but next year, he'll have
peace in the Middle East, right?
Well, I mean, his Peace Prize, he's been asking for one, and he just got there, as if, touch the water, turn the wine thing. And, but you don't ask for something like that, okay? You don't say, y'all give it to me. I mean, who does that?
Well, he does, yeah. And his supporters.
He and a team, because it was a team effort. It wasn't him to just go in and say, okay, stop. He had other people in the negotiation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And let me be the first to say that, as much as I do criticize, Trump on a lot of the things that he does, this will be a good thing. Yes, that's right. If this lasts, this will be a good thing. Yes.
Brother Kim, and there is a lot of stuff on the line here. So if this is, the Lord see fit, so that the people can quit worrying about bombs and just live their lives and whatever years that they have left. So we ask the Lord for that. But then next year we don't have an issue. You can have it here. Where you gonna put it? Here, okay?
Now, and having said that, if we look up a year from now and hear that there are details underway for a Trump Tower and resort in Gaza City, in that strip, then yeah, come on, we will be right back with we don't have, just do the work, sir. And don't add, yes.
I'm saying, well, I did. I mean, that's unnecessary. Who does that? People should see your work, and they, and are impressed with it. Or, it's God given. But when you have to tell them, I did this, everybody went around doing that. We'd all get medals and trophies all the time. Just so you quit being so thirsty. And speaking of that, the National Guard is in Memphis and some other cities around the country, and they're just, very unhappy about these things, and I don't blame them. I know some in this state that are elected officials on the other side of the aisle are hoping that they come here. Okay, I don't know why they would hope that. I don't know why the man who's supposed to be it.
Well, let them go. Send them to those people's neighborhoods. Why not? Yeah. Send them out there anyway. They've got Humvees and Deuce and a Half that they can drive on out there. Send them on out there.
Understand the mindset and the logic of the, who represent this state.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what they're thinking.
Understand the, the impact on the people, because I have been thinking about this whole deployment on the National Guard and the other troops. And we know how the troops come back with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yep.
And we know they have mental health issues and all that coming back. So what are the issues going to be when they have had to deal with their own people? And I can see paranoia spouting out like crazy because you don't know who to trust. I mean, to me, I see that as an upcoming mental health crisis. And because they're trained for one thing and then they have to turn around and point their guns and act like they're going to war against the country where they came from, against their families and friends and relatives and cousins, and it's like, this is insane. I mean, Tennessee, this is nuts for you to ask for this. Why don't you fund some of those programs? Why don't you hire more police officers? Why don't you do a lot of things in those cities instead of this grandstanding? Judges have stalled President Trump's plans to deploy the National Guard in Chicago and in Portland. The troops are now patrolling the streets in Memphis with the blessing of the state's governor. Those will be some of the folks I'm talking about. Send a signal out that, this state, beware, this is a terrorist state, but don't come here because it's so violent, you're going to get kicked. I mean, that's a real good message, Governor. So, I mean, it's like, what are you doing? You're killing your own tourism by telling people this. I mean, who would want to come to a place where you're going to get shot? I mean, really, because you could get shot anywhere. The troops dressed in guard fatigues and protective vests with guns in their holsters.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
At a Bass Pro Shop at a nearby tourist welcome center beside the Mississippi River on Friday. Now, I wouldn't feel welcome if I saw you, dressed in fatigues and guns and everything. I don't know how comfortable I would be. It was unclear how many troops have been deployed to Memphis. Trump said or sent or discussed sending troops to other cities as well, including Baltimore, the District of Columbia, New Orleans, and the California cities of Oakland, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. The federal government says the troops support immigration agents and protect federal property. The Guard troops in Memphis remain under the command of the Republican Governor Bill Lee, who supports their use to further a federal crackdown on crime. Now, see, if I had more time, if I had more time, but I don't. By contrast, Trump has attempted to deploy National Guard troops, including some from Texas and California, in Portland and Chicago, after taking control of them himself over objections from state and local leaders who say such interference violates the sovereignty and federal law. Federal courts in Illinois and Oregon this week blocked Trump's efforts to send troops out to those cities. Now, the announcement that President made on September 15th, that he intended to deploy the Guard to Memphis, and then Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, a Republican, staunch supporter of the president, embraced the plan to bolster law enforcement operations there. Mayor Paul Young, a Democrat, who did not request the deployment, said he hopes the task force will target violent offenders rather than scare, harass, and intimidate residents. And they're not really picking up a lot of those people. That's what folks are picking up, not just somebody going to the grocery store. Federal officials say agents from the FBI, Drug Enforcement Administration, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the U.S. Marshals Service have made hundreds of arrests and issued more than 2,800 traffic citations. Really? We get armed troops for traffic tickets? Help me, Jesus. Since the task force began operating in Memphis September 29th. So you're sending them out there to do traffic tickets? How much money are the taxpayers paying for this?
I guess it's not answering.
Run the calculator on this and tell us how much all this is costing. All these dramatic scenes in the United States playbook. Now, finally, this one here is worrisome to me. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention suffered another round of deep cuts late Friday with disease detectives, outbreak forecasters, policy and data offices among those impacted, according to four sources with knowledge of the layoffs. And they're the ones that predict what's getting ready to hit us, what's coming. I mean, why would you let them go unless you didn't care? According to the agency official who has not to be named for fear of losing their job, said the administration did not like the CDC data because it did not support their narrative. So they got rid of them. Wow, that's deep. They didn't like the CDC policy groups they didn't like it, that they wouldn't rubber stamp their unscientific ideas, so they got rid of them. Now, how would that have worked during COVID? Okay, we ain't got time, don't say nothing. The fresh round of firings came after a month after U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. called for new blood at the agency. Now, hopefully doesn't mean people who don't know anything about health, okay? Because that is worrisome to me.
Somebody took it. We gave it
According to the official, it's imperative that we remove officials with conflicts of interest and catastrophically bad judgment and political agendas.
That's okay. That's okay because I
Mr. Secretary.
normally email this early unless I just.
It's so loaded. I can just step on this,
And if
but I don't have time.
But
We
yeah,
need
we have a
unbiased,
special show.
politics-free, transparent, evidence-based science and public
Somebody, I guess they
interest.
took your book.
And that is not what you got to play.
That's a good thing. Good for them, but right now we need it.
Bill,
All right, wait, hold on. We're gonna take a break and then come right back
The
to you.
president, you like Donald Trump? Yes, okay, you get a job. Are you a Democrat? Yes, you're getting fired. I mean, that's what you're about to replace it with. Those are the guiding principles behind the changes at the CDC. And he said, this is what you can across the agency for the next 3 years. So the notices you lost your job went out at 9 o'clock.
Wow.
On this weekend. And
that's horrible. Ugh.
Just saying, I'm glad I went to the doctor Friday. I got my flu shot. I ain't messing around with these people. What else? Okay, whatever my doctor says, my trusted physician, I'm doing it. I ain't paying no attention to that man who's over that CDC. I'm not listening to the secretary, okay? Because he knows not what he's talking about. My health is in my hands, yes it is. And I'm gonna listen to the health professionals to help me make it, Lord. I'm listening to people who are untrained and totally biased and full of conspiracy theories. Let's take a time out and we'll be right back.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.